Hey guys, welcome to the Bird's Nest. Well, Shador got a win under his belt today. Hoo hoo! But before I get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe for all your NFL recaps, news, and gossip. No, sorry guys, I was trying to see Shador's press conference, but I guess it's not out yet. Um, so the game was not pretty. It wasn't a pretty game today. Sorry, I just need to let me get here so that I can be ready when it comes on. I guess they haven't broken it up yet, and so it's all mixed together right now. I'm willing to watch 3 minutes. Okay, it's only 3 minutes long, so they must be having technical difficulties on the live because it cut off a few seconds ago while Miles was talking. Anyway, so Neff got the win. It wasn't pretty, but this is the time of the year where people are injured. You know, quite frankly, on both sides of the ball, people were injured, and that was clear. Um, the Steelers didn't do well, but I've been saying all season, I wasn't really worried about the Steelers because their wins don't be pretty. Like, they don't win decisively. Like, they not elite. Aaron Rodgers is not elite. They do what the Steelers do. Mike Tomlin manages to do every year, which is go to the playoff. That's all they do. And then they just that to be the end of that once they start playing playoff team. First one they play eliminates them. That's what they do. So I wasn't really worried about the Steelers, and luckily the defense came to play today, which the previous 4 weeks they weren't doing well. But then the reason why they got to do well today is because Pittsburgh did something different than all the other teams. The other teams figured out that you can run on the Browns all you want. Just keep on running. We ain't never got to pass the ball. Keep on running, and we can beat the Browns. I thought everybody had that figured out, but the Steelers didn't do it. They were trying to pass the ball. I don't know, gave us a chance. Despite the fact that we were dealing with so many injuries till it wasn't even funny. Shador's the number one target, Fannin. He came in there even though he was already injured with that groin injury and got us a touchdown. Well, they had a good drive initially. They had that first drive and they got a field goal. They couldn't get a touchdown out of that. But the second drive, they went down there and got that Fannin touchdown. Shador got him a touchdown pass. And Shador had some great passes in that first quarter. But once Fannin went down, the game went down. He had to rely on Judy all the time. And Judy did okay today. He had a couple of completions, if I recall correctly, 2 or 3, and then he had that one incompletion. I don't know if you would call that an incompletion for him, where Shador threw the pick. Judy was motioning him to give him the ball, and I think Shador let that get to his mind. Cause you just cause he was motioning for you to throw it to him, don't mean you should. So he threw it to him, and Judy didn't even fight for it. Didn't fight for it, and then it got picked, and so that was bad. That was a bad pick. Where Shador he shouldn't have thrown the ball, and he just made a bad decision in the moment. I think because Judy was motioning to him. I hope he ain't scared of Judy or that he gonna yell at him. Cause Shador, I know you ain't no punk, so no, you wouldn't do that. I don't know, but that was a bad pick. The other pick, I can't even remember the other pick. I can't even remember the circumstances. But he did have another pick. But the two drives were really nice. And there were times when it just was nothing he could do. They're playing with this offense that's taped together. And then you got that guy, what's his name? Oh my God, what is that boy's name? Number 68. Every time you do the film review and you see negative plays, there he is. That boy is terrible. The left tackle. Is his name Cam White? Cam White? Is that his name? I can't remember. But so he was terrible all day. So in addition to losing Fannin, he was working against the team, man. I don't know if this guy's a special agent. I mean, a double agent. It's always him. He's worse than everybody on that O line. But they stuck. They don't have any depth on offense. The with Robinson. Thank you, Artie. Cam Robinson. Terrible for several games. Ever since he been in there, really. He been terrible. And then I think Wyatt Teller went out. At first they thought he was going to play, and then he got injured. There was and then his replacement, whatever his name is, Jeffries, I think, he got injured. He had a concussion. So it's that time of the season where vital pieces are injured. So that's the kind of play we had today on both sides. It was a very low scoring game. Once Fannin went down, Shador kind of went down. The Cam Richardson went up, and that was that. So thank goodness when Fannin made that catch after it was clear that he was injured immediately upon catching the ball. It was clear. I was like, thank you, bro, for that touchdown. I didn't know that would be the only touchdown of the whole game between both teams, but I knew that we needed to be grateful for that touchdown that Fannin went out there injured and got for us. So shout out to Fannin and Shador. He was heating up, but it's just the injuries. You have no O line. You got people batting your ball. What can you do? He got the win, and that's important because that makes it harder for them to draft a quarterback if they were thinking that. I don't think they should be thinking that. I don't care about the fact that Shador has been playing inconsistently through 6 games. He's a rookie. He doesn't look any worse than Caleb Williams looked last year, than Cam Ward has looked this year. Keep in mind, all these quarterbacks keep losing. All the rookies, just like Cam was last year, they're losing right now. Because right now, they don't have no team. Jackson Dart, he might have had an opportunity to do something, but I don't even know. Did Jackson ever play with Malik Neighbors? That's his number 1 wide receiver. I think he might have got injured before Jackson even came in. Or maybe he was there for 1 game with Jackson. So, Okay. My house, now that Christmas, I thought that people wouldn't want to view the house until after New Year's, but they've been viewing it. And I ain't sold it yet. It's a mess. It ain't beautifully staged. It's not a mess. It just got boxes. But it's not beautifully staged like it was the last time. In any event, the showings are picking up. So I just got a notification for the 3rd one. Hopefully I can sell this house this week and get the heck out of North Carolina. Anyway, so I'm very pleased with the result. I hope we win next week. I don't know if anybody would be back. I don't know where Isaiah Bond was today. He caught a very good deep pass, but I don't think he was always out there. Tillman was out there at times. Those coaches continue to make decisions that perplex me. Like going on it, going for it on that 4th down when they were close enough to get a field goal. They go for it and don't make it. They could have, that would have been 3 more points on the board. We won, so it's okay. I'm praying that Kevin Stefanski gets out of here. I'm praying for that. He's terrible, okay? He is terrible. Forget what he did to Shador and the team. Threw away the team. Threw away their season with his actions. But forget about that. The play calling is terrible. The personnel decisions are terrible. So I want Stefanski gone, and I want Shador here. So the more he wins, the better chance. I don't think, I still don't believe that they would draft a quarterback. I don't know. You can't really tell with the Browns because they're a strange organization and they do weird things. But I believe that they already know Shador's QB1 next season. We can't tell him that. We need him to keep playing hungry. I don't know if that's what they're thinking. I don't know why they don't say it. They haven't said it. I'll tell you. So we know that Andrew Berry is staying. We know that. And we know that Deshaun Watson is staying. And I highly suspect that Tommy Rees is staying. I suspect that because he's been turning down too many high-profile jobs. He knows something. Otherwise, he could have taken one of those head coaches. Every head coach job, a big-time head coaching college job that comes up, Tommy Rees is in the running for it, but he doesn't want to leave the Browns, and there's a reason for that. So if he's staying, I still need Stefanski gone. And he needs to believe in Shador, Tommy Rees. Who knows what kind of coach they'll get? We have no idea. Hey T-Bone, how you doing? Hi Abby Smith. Hey Artie Artie. Hey Jace Gilpin. Hi Jennifer, how you doing? Hey Mike Fitzpatrick. Mike, I listened to your song. Listen, look. I'm that person who lives vicariously. Wait, let me finish saying hi to people. Okay, that's Artie Artie. Artie Artie, what you say? Nice. Bond caught the ball. They pulled Bond out of the game. Kevin didn't want 12. Artie Artie, I don't be wanting to say it. I don't be wanting to say it, but it really seems like they continue to sabotage that boy. I mean, I knew at the beginning of the season they were sabotaging the Rams game, that they done did the sabotage thing. I just don't understand it. Call it whatever you want. Call it what you want. I'm just going to call it bad play calling, bad personnel decisions. And get your butt out of here, Kevin Stefanski. Now, back to Mike Fitzpatrick. I listened to your song, and I'm that person who makes decisions for everybody's life. Like, if I see something special in you, I be having ideas for what you should be doing with that specialness. Like, just for example, these are the type of things that I be thinking. Like, Shador mentioned last week that he been carrying the same bag every week because the robbers took all his bags. And he was saying how pissed he was about that. So I said, okay, so everybody in the family need to buy him a luxury bag for Christmas. Y'all letting him be out here, but you know, he cheap just like his daddy because he could just go buy some bags, but he ain't doing it. So I said I would love to like call these luxury brands, Louis Vuitton, you know, all those guys, and try to get a luxury bag deal for Shador. I'd be so tempted to do it, but even if they were like, we're interested, I wouldn't even have I learned from being a promoter before, you have to have contacts. That is the name of the game. You need the contacts. I have no way to contact Shador. I mean, technically I do. I ain't gonna say it out loud, but yeah, I would have to go through some channels. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I was thinking about you, Mike Fitzpatrick. When I was listening to your Christmas song, I was hearing. I'm a person that watches all the Christmas movies. I love watching Christmas movies over the Christmas break. And your song belongs in a Christmas movie. Like, can you call Lifetime or something? I mean, are you experienced? I don't know. But that's for a Christmas movie, that Christmas song. So good. I love that. Love that for you. I hope you take off, my brother. So anyway, y'all. I still ain't seeing no press conference now. I know it's there. Come on, Browns. Y'all need to get your situation together, bro. Hold on, let me go off of this and come back. I know he's gonna be disappointed, and I got a feeling Coach Prime gonna read him for filth because he didn't have a great game, but I don't blame him. I mean, he has no team around him. Defense showed up today for the first time in 5 weeks. So they have got to start building this team, not only in the draft, but in what is going on. Here, visit the channel, see what happens. I don't know what happened to their press conference, bro. Okay. No, don't nobody want. Is that Shador? Live. Okay. I don't know if I'm allowed to play stuff. In fact, I'm sure I'm not. So let me turn the volume down pretty low. Okay. So the press Shador's press conference is on right now, so it's live. So I'm gonna wait, and so I can rewind it and watch the whole thing. I hope he's not disappointed because they won. And that win is on his record, okay? So he's the winningest quarterback on the Browns this season. So the goal is to keep 12 healthy. Yes. Oh, here's some more people. Hold on. All right, you just being politically correct. You know, hey, I'm just trying to be diplomatic, Artie. The goal. Okay. Hey, ma'am. Hey, Mahmoud. How you doing? Hey, now, Volia. Shador did the best he could with them dropping guys. Yeah. And Steelers weren't and DK Metcalf going at it with that fan. As soon as that happened, I knew we had a chance. He's so stupid. Now that was dumb because they still in the playoff run. So that was really dumb because he can't play the next game either, and that's against the Ravens. And that's another thing. Whenever Huntley came in the game when he was the backup quarterback for the Browns in the preseason, he played very well. So I knew that there was a chance they were going to win because Huntley is he's good. He's a good backup. I don't know if he's QB1. I don't know. So the league doesn't decide he's a backup, but he's a good backup. So I knew there was a chance. Yeah, Shador, he doesn't look happy. Aww. Okay. Yeah, he got the win. I know he's happy about that. But no, he doesn't look happy. When he have a good game, he be very happy. So I don't think he's happy today. And I think it's because of that insecurity and not knowing if the job is his. He's like, I need to ball out to get the job. But sweetie, you can't ball out with no O line. Like, I know you made it happen in Colorado, but in Colorado you had wide receivers. You don't even have that now, and you lost Fanning. But there's nothing he could do. So he just doesn't have anything, man. Thank God Fanning got that pass, because who knows what. I don't know why they not playing Isaiah when they know that him and Shador been building chemistry over the weeks. But that's because Tillman was out, and now Tillman back. Don't nobody care about Tillman. He's not good. Tillman is not good, and Judy is not good. You got to let them boys go. You need to be developing Isaiah and Malachi Corley. That's what you need to be doing. But I guess you can't do that. You paying the guys the big money. I don't know. It must be politics or something. Because why are they doing it? Why do they keep playing Tillman when he's available and Judy? When Shador got chemistry with Isaiah and Malachi. What's happening? So that's it. We got the win. It wasn't pretty, but it wasn't pretty on either side. Shador looked good while he could look good, since they was throwing randoms in the game. Yeah, I think he's very unhappy, y'all. But I'm gonna listen, because you never know. You never know what depends on what he's saying. We'll see. He's getting better and better at these pressers. But well, the last one where he did exceptionally well was a Zoom call, and I wondered if the reason why he did so well in that one was because um the reporters weren't in front of him. I mean, he did really well in that press conference, so I can't wait to see how he does in this one. I want he's smiling. Yeah, uh-oh, he's starting to feel himself. Okay, good. He perking up. I like that. All right, now. He going to get his money because he had a police report before. Yeah, but I was wondering if he had insurance. Cause I don't know about them Sanders. I could see him being so cheap that he don't have the insurance. Or disorganized. I don't know if he has an assistant, but I hope he had insurance. Hey, Antithesis, how you doing? That's why. I know why they are not playing Bond. You just answered your own question. Artie, you think lower of them than me, and I thought the lowest. And this was an opportunity for the NFL to be their messy, corrupt selves and have the refs aid the Browns so that they could get that game next week with the Ravens and the Steelers. Now there's a lot at stake for that game, and so everybody can watch that game to see wins the AFC North. Um, Otherwise, because if the Steelers would have won, next week's game wouldn't have meant anything. But they didn't interfere. The refs didn't side with the Browns. In fact, they called two plays against them. That was another thing that Stefanski didn't challenge. That were not good calls. Two of them, and one was on that Samson run. Ain't nobody asked you about no game, bro. What you talking about? Okay, the press conference ended. Okay, so I'll watch it when they post it from beginning to end. Yeah, so I just wanted to come on and do the little recap. We got the win. Skip Bayless said Shador had a signature win. He did. I'll have to listen. I always listen to Skip, even though he be saying the same thing over and over again. Y'all notice that about Skip? He say the same thing over and over again, but I watch him every time. That's how I know. So we got the win. Now a lot of people don't want to get the win because they want to tank for a quarterback. Um, but we got the win. That means we will be moving away from the top of the draft. So good. And I'm praying we get the win next week while Joe Burrow all depressed and whatnot. What's going on with him? Let's try to take advantage of that to the best of our ability. We still got Njoku out. We ain't heard no end in sight with him. Fannin, they say groin injuries are tricky. It just happened on Friday. Let's see if I don't know, guys. I think Fannin's done. I don't think he's coming back. He's probably going to try, but I don't think he is. I think, he made his injury worse today. So that might be the end of that, but maybe a lineman will come back or two. Might as well play those linemen, unlike Fannin and Quinshawn, who of course is out of the question, but those guys, we know we need them next year. But all them old linemen, we don't need them. So soon as they get healthy enough to play, put their butt out there, please. Because your starting O-line is terrible. We sure can't be playing with the backups and the practice squad players. So we'll see what happens next week. Every win matters for Shador to get them further from the top of the draft. So that if they want a quarterback, they're going to have to give up both them first round picks for a mid quarterback. Because that's all you getting. That's all they got in the draft is mid. Ain't none of them boys better than Shador. So I don't think they're drafting no quarterback. And then we'll get to see the full Shador next season with hopefully some new O-linemen around him. Hopefully with a new wide receiver one. My vote is Carnell Tate. That's who I want. The other one, I guess, is Lemon. But I want Carnell Tate. That's who I want. He's tall. I want him. That's who I want. I want us to use our first pick on that. And the next one, on an O lineman, and the next one on an O lineman, and the next one on an O lineman. Then you could just try to deal with some depth in other areas, and you still need to be working on free agents. The problem that that damn Deshaun Watson deal is really terrible for them because you can't get top quality players in free agency that you might have to spend money on. Well, I don't think you have to spend that much money on O linemen. So you get them in free agency. Maybe you get a couple of them in free agency. You try to find somebody, and hopefully your evaluation of talent is better, because from what I heard online, I don't know how true it is. They gave up a pick for Cam Richardson. They gave a pick for him. He's not worth no damn pick. So that was a mistake, unless it was like a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. Okay. Because if you get a pick, if you get some money in the draft, fixed it 5th, 6th, 7th round, you don't know how good they're gonna be. They probably ain't gonna be that good. You don't expect much out of them. But y'all, they need to get some people they can expect something out of, and they can't get anybody. Well, they might be able to get the O lineman in free agency, like I said, because they don't cost that much. Now, if they were looking for a quarterback or a wide receiver, they cost more. You got to get them in the draft. Skip Bayless says Shador had a signature win. I want to know what a signature win is. Schwarzenegger. Who is that? Nalvolia says Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger was good. He stayed in even though he was injured. I didn't like them to do that. They need more receivers. Yes, I didn't want Schwarzenegger in the game. Because he wasn't doing any good. And if they would have put a backup in there that was healthy, he might have been able to perform more than Schwarzenegger was able to do. Running back Sanders looking beastly. Need to run him more. Yeah. And then the other one is named Williams. So they are deep at running back. Who knew? They deep at running back. That's wonderful. They don't need to deal with that position. Right. I think Sanders is better than Sampson. Antithesis. I think Sanders is better than Sampson. And now I think in the offseason, Sampson gonna have to battle for that spot. I think Njoku might be gone. Njoku can be gone. Oh, Njoku's a tight end anyway. He's a tight end. Yeah. I think Sanders is better than Sampson. And Williams might be too. I don't know. We'll see. We have to see everything next season. They got to build around they got to continue to build on this foundation that they have before we can even see the best of all these guys. Tillman, they need to cut him. I don't know if they can get anything for him. They need to try to get whatever they can for Tillman and get him out of here. They got to find out what they have in Isaiah Bond. And Corley. Corley been showing promise. Gage Larvadain, look, why is it that other special teams do the kick and come back and get yards on us, but Gage can't even run? They look like they was like, look, bro, just catch the ball and don't drop it, okay? Just do that. I don't know. Gage ain't turning out to be what I thought he might be. It might. I guess you could keep him on special teams, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go and watch some more games. And, my Panthers lost. I didn't hear that they were out of the playoffs yet, but they lost. So, good luck to them next week. You know me. Hey, so I still don't believe in Bryce Young. I want to get rid of him. If the Browns lose they ever-loving mind and get rid of Shador, I wish they would send him on over to the Carolinas. Send him on down here to the Carolinas. We'll love on him. He'll have a media that loves on him instead of hating on him. Gage turns the ball over too much. Yeah, I wanted Gage to be something, but he turning out to really not be nothing. Anyway, that's that. Let me go accept this showing for tomorrow. I'm so happy I got my house all cleaned up. I swept and mopped and all that stuff, so I don't have to do all the prep tomorrow. And hopefully we sell this bad boy so I can get to Philly. And I'm gonna have a big. So since this Christmas I didn't get to do anything because my house is packed up, I got big plans for a Christmas party next year. I'm getting all kind of ideas. Um, and I'm gonna have a big old Christmas party in Philly because that's more centrally located for my family. That's all the way from New York to the DMV area. So I'm excited. Anyway, y'all have a good rest of your day. I'll come back on if I hear anything, and otherwise, it might be next Sunday. But y'all have a good one. Thanks for listening. And please, guys, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. And anybody that's watching, please like, comment, and subscribe. You too, Artie. And I'll keep you in the loop because I keep my ear to the street, y'all. All right, have a good one. Mwah.